Guys, what's up? It's Lollybag Mike from the YouTube channel, Lollybag Mike. I'm back with another video. As you can see, this video is in my room because a little update. I'm all alone in my unit currently. So as I've probably said in other videos, my girlfriend's in China at the moment. She's been there since December 17th, so the last month and a half, pretty much. And she'll be there for another week. But we also live with a roommate, and he's just moved out today. So I thought, no one's here. I'm not interrupting anything. I don't have people in the background, so I thought, hey, I'll do the video here in my room. So here I am. We are on day 127 of the cut, ladies and gentlemen. Mainly gentlemen. I have looked at my analytics, and apparently it's like 99% men. So yeah. But yeah, day 127. Oh, I won't lie. I'm pretty tired today, guys. You can probably see my eyes are. Oh, I look like I'm about to fall asleep now. But yeah, it was a pretty busy day at work, and now that I'm getting lower in weight. Speaking of which, just quickly, I weighed in this morning at 84.4 kilos. So I think my last update I was around 85 or something, which was like 5 days ago. I had a bit of a thing where I was eating. I had a day where I ate a bit more because I was doing a lot of steps, like 40,000 plus. And for some reason I thought it would be a good idea to add more carbs in, but all that did was just put on some water weight. So I ended up gaining like nearly a kilo the next morning, which not good. It was like 90% water weight, probably 95% water weight though. So, it was gone by the next day or the next 2 days. It was pretty much back to normal. But yeah, so that was why there was a bit of a plateau. My coach actually, because I posted this in our group, my coach actually gave me a little kick in the ass, and he was like, yeah, like, don't add more carbs off plan, like, just stick to the plan. He said, you're so close now. I'm probably sitting at about, I'm going to be conservative and say 13 to 14%. Like, I don't know if you can really see in the camera, but the abs are coming in. I'll do a little physique check. I can't really do it in the abs are coming in. So yeah, maybe around 14% or something like that. It's kind of hard to see in this light, but so I've got a bit more weight to lose. I think probably at about 80 kilos, I'll see where I'm at, because that's another 4.5 kilos from now. And I haven't really got much more fat to lose. Like, everything around here is pretty much gone. It's just the lower bit. So the goal is 10%. So my plan is, it's been about getting close to 4.5 months now on the cut. Once I get to about 6 months, if I'm down to about 80, if I'm down to about 79, 80, I'm going to book in a DEXA scan to check my body fat. And hopefully at that point I'm at 10%. We will see. I think my coach that I had online that started the whole cut and gave me the plan, initially he said that I was going to be 77 or 78 kilos when I'm 10%. So yeah, I think maybe around the 80 or 79 I might actually, because he said I'm quite close. He estimated me a few weeks ago to be at about 13 to 14%. So now I'd say, yeah, probably still around that. I think I'll be able to break to 12% in the next probably 2 weeks, and then just down from there. So, but I won't lie, it is getting harder. But you notice so many things, like so much in my life is changing. I feel like opportunities are coming up. Like overall, even though I'm tired filming this video, throughout the day my energy is like up, like it's electric. people notice. I mean, women, like, I'm in a relationship, so obviously I'm not going to entertain this, but I mean, guys that aren't, I guess it's a good reason to get, and even if you are a guy in a relationship, you still just notice it. Like, the amount of female attention you get it's borderline crazy. um, like in the gym, just constantly chicks look, and I'm not trying to be cocky at all. Like, I'm not the type of person that would just say it if to make it up. Like, it's just true. I've had literally dudes with chicks with their boyfriends. They're both doing like sit-ups or something like that, and I'll be on the I don't know what you call it, like the glute raise machine or whatever, or I'll be waiting between sets, and this chick was literally between every time she'd go down, she'd look back at me like that, and a solid 5-second eye contact each time. I was like, man, like I said, I'm not entertaining it, but yeah, you get attention like that. I randomly just got a opportunity to do another commission from a company I haven't heard of, like I haven't heard from. I did something for them like 5 years ago. It was like a skateboard company in New York. And they randomly just messaged me and they want another commission. So this time I'm going to be able to charge a bit more money. So that's another thing I can do. And I feel like really when you get lean, like especially when you get to the point I'm at where you get below the 15% and you're starting to get towards the 13s, the 12s, the 11, and then eventually the 10, maybe lower. I don't know. I think the lowest I'd ever go is 8. But anyway, once you start getting below that 15%, like I said, you attend the attention and the way people treat you and look at you, and I've heard it in other videos, and I legit thought it was just like people's ego. And maybe in a bit of a sense, it's because you do have a much higher confidence, so you're able to just pick up on things, or you might interpret things more positively than they are, which still isn't a bad thing. I'd still rather that than the opposite of interpreting things more negatively than they are, But maybe that plays into it. But either way, like, the fact is that when you get, like I said, below that 15%, like I said, you're going to get looks from women. You're going to get looks all the time. You just are. Because it's not often you see people that are at the point where constantly your biceps are showing, or like whatever. You just don't see many people like that. So it's a bit of an adjustment, but at the same time, it's definitely worth it. Like, my confidence has gone up. I feel like I'm more able to, like, now, when I used to think about doing like a side business or something other than my current 9 to 5, it was like, oh, that's a lot of energy. I don't have that energy. Now it's like, I almost want to do that. Like, I need to do that. Like, I have so much energy to give. It's like, yeah, of course I'll give it to that. And now proving to myself that I can go from, what have I gone from 27, 28% body fat now down to about 13, let's say, 14, let's say 14. So I've halved my body fat. Like, if it's hard, guys, like, anyone who's on this knows the deeper you get into it, the harder it gets. The more temptations there are, the you are treated better, but you're also treated a lot differently, and it can feel very lonely, because a lot of people just aren't. I don't understand why you'd want to eat the same meals and weigh your foods and make sure you're hitting your macros and doing the same training splits and adding in all these things. People aren't going to understand why you want to do that. Like, people are going to see you get to 20% body fat and they're going to go, you look fine, why do you need to do anything else? Look, if you want to really change and be above everybody else, not in a holier than thou sense, but just like, you want to better yourself, you want to stand out, the way you do that is something like this, because most people just flat out won't get to this point. They won't. Most people won't even get to the point I've gotten to be honest. Let alone getting to 10%. So, you should take pride in the fact that if you're on this journey and if you've made it this far to the point where you're 15 or below, just keep going. Why not? why not push that extra mile to see what your body can really look like when you're 10%? Like I never would have thought I'd have like forearm definition and all this kind of stuff. I mean, people will say it's vanity, but at the same time, it's like it's the purest form of showing that you care about yourself, and it's unlike money and everything else, which of course there are people that earn it. There's a lot of people that are just born into money. You can't really be born into a six-pack. Very few genetic cases exist of that. And even still, not the lean, muscular look. Like, I'm not talking about just a six-pack because you're so skinny. I'm talking about actually having muscle in your frame, defined muscle, an aesthetic physique, right? That's what I'm talking about, a lean, muscular physique. You're not born into that at all. It's much harder to obtain. So I think you should take pride in that. And fuck you just, everything feels different now, man, to be honest with you. And I'm not like really, when people say you change your body, you change your life, I can see why. Because it takes a lot of commitment and, yeah, like people say, delaying gratification. It takes a lot of that to get to a point where you're starting to either, see visible abs, get below that 15%, really. The dedication it takes to get to that point, especially if you're coming from like a 25+% body fat range. Yeah, not a lot of people can do it because there's not a lot of people walking around sub 15%. It's just the facts. So, be proud of that. Be proud of that. But I'm locked in now. I think I mentioned it at the start before I went on this whole big tangent that my coach kind of gave me a kick up the bum and said, because I'm adding in an extra workout day too, because I'm starting to get really into like calisthenic body weight exercises. So doing like L sits on the dip bars, doing dips. I want to start getting into weighted dips. I'm doing pull-ups. I'm doing hanging leg raises. I'm trying to hold L sits. Doing archer push-ups now, pseudo planche push-ups, which is where you kind of put your arms more so at your hips when you're doing the push-ups and lean more forward, with the goal of eventually doing, if I could, one of those push-ups where you just literally, you're putting your hands here and you're just holding yourself up with just your hands, and you kind of, it's hard, but I've progressed quite a bit with the push-up, so I think with enough time I could get it. But right now, like he said, I'm adding in an extra day doing that kind of stuff, and he just said, just stick to your split. Don't stick to the plan with the diet. Don't add in extra stuff. Just stick to that plan because you're so close now. If you do this where you add in extra training days, and then because of that, you add in extra carbs, and then suddenly you go up in weight a kilo, you're just stalling your progress. And when you get low like this, like, it might get to the point where I have to start cutting calories soon, which is pretty crazy because my output's been like consistently very high this whole time, but the weight is dropping off slower, which is to be expected when you get lower. It doesn't come off that quickly. Your body starts adapting, becomes more efficient at burning what you're giving it. But either way, so I really have to just nail the plan. So I've been sticking to that. I just had my last meal. I had chicken planned. Like, I usually have chicken, potato, and broccoli twice. Obviously, I season the potatoes. I have some Nando's hot sauce. I'm not a crazy dude that just steams that shit. No. I salt the broccoli. You got to do seasoning. But regardless, I had that one meal. I usually have it twice. So I have once at lunch and once at dinner. But I didn't end up getting the chance to, after I cooked the chicken for dinner, to put it back in the fridge. So I went out to the shops to get milk, and then while I was at the shops, I was like, oh no, I've left the chicken out. It was out for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I didn't want to risk it, so I just threw it out. But I've been doing this long enough now that I was like, yeah, that's fine. Take the calories out from the chicken, just added some more potatoes in, and then for the extra protein, I just had another protein shake. And my macros were pretty much the same. So calories are still in the deficit. We're at about 2,400. Like I said, I'm going to see how this next week goes, but I may have to drop it another 200 and keep up with the output, and then do that for a week or so, and then see the weight. And if the weight's still not dropping, I might have to increase the output with another 10 minutes of cardio. But we'll see. Either way, I'm still happy with where I'm at. My body's looking the best it's ever looked, and I'm nearly 31. So people out there saying, "Oh, I could do it too if I was younger." People say that to me. I'm like, dude, I'm 31. I'm nearly 31. Don't give me this younger bullshit. Like, you can do it. You can do it. You just have to really be committed and understand. And believe me when I say this, because I was a person that was at 28% body fat, and whenever I see these videos of people talking about it, like how women treat you differently, how just you treated differently in general, more opportunities, it is true. Once you get to a certain level, people just trust you more, people come to you with more shit, but you also have to be prepared and understand that because of that reason, people will take advantage of you too. Because you're giving so much energy out and it's easy for you, there will be people that will try to leech that off you. I said, be careful. I'm noticing this a little bit as I progress in my weight loss journey. So something to remember. But anyway, I'm about to crash out here, guys. So thank you for checking out the video. Like I said, we're on day 127. I'll probably do an update, maybe day 130, because that's like a bit of a milestone thing. That'll be 4.5 months, I guess, technically, around that. Or day 135 would be that, but we're in February, so technically, actually, let's just say we're day 130s, 4.5 months. But yeah, thanks for checking in, guys. If any of you are on the journey, keep on plugging away, boys. I know it's hard. There are some days, honestly, where I'm just like, oh, like I would kill for like I know what real hunger is now. Like people talk about hunger. I used to talk about hunger when I was 20% body fat even. It's like, no. When you get down to sub 15 and you're dieting and you're doing like a decent output still and a full work day and you're intentionally fasting so you can keep more of your calories for nighttime, and you've been doing this for like 4 months and your body's in that state, it's like the hunger pains are, they come. But I'm fine with them now. I've had a few, like this isn't the first bad hunger. I had quite a bad one this morning, but it's not the first time I've had them. So, when people will say like that's unhealthy, it's like no. It's your body's way of just like letting you know, okay, like you got to eat soon. It's not an immediate, oh shit, if I don't eat, I'm gonna die. This is where people get fat. They go off plan, and then you got to be stronger mentally, and this is part of it. So, yeah. If you really want to commit to this journey, just know shit will change. Your mindset will change. Everything you think about really will change. Everything, like it's fucking crazy, guys. I can't really put everything into words until you get to this point, and you're gonna think I'm fucking crazy. But trust me, if you're now at 20% plus body fat and you haven't ever gotten to sub 15, just trust me, man. Just trust me. You'll get treated different. You will see things differently. Things will be different. If you're doing it the right way, there's no way they can't be, because you need a certain level of discipline and commitment to stay on this journey, to stick it out, especially if you're going for 10%, which I am. And I'm going to fucking get there. So let's get it. I'm going to go pass out, sleep. I got to get up at 6. No, I got to get up at 5 something a.m. But 2 more days, and then another 2 days, and then I get a whole week off because my girlfriend will be back and we'll spend some time together. But I'm not going to go off plan during that time. I mean, I might have a few meals that are off plan, but my calories are pretty much going to stay restricted, or my output will increase slightly. Like I'm going to keep all that in check. Rest assured, it's going to be easy for me to do now because I've been doing this a while, guys. 127 days. I'm not saying I've been doing it for years, but a lot of people will say, oh, I did it for a month. Oh, that's a long time. Or I did it for 2 weeks. That's no. Once you've kind of done it for a couple of months, at least 3 months, you can't. Yeah, it's a whole different ball game once you get down here. But it's great too. The confidence I have now, the energy, the way I'm able to just sort things out and just do things and not care, like just power through things. It's like I surprise myself sometimes, and I'm really happy with where my physique's at. So, and it's only going to get more better from here. So there we are. Here's a mess, guys. What can I do? But peace out. I'll catch you in the next one. Day 130. I'll do another update. And other than that, thanks for checking me out. And I'll catch you later. Peace.